Hi, everybody, and welcome to Cartooning Faces with Alicia Dianne Art. I am so glad that you guys are here, and I'm so grateful that you guys are watching this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I talk about art here, I'll talk about animation and illustration and ways to help you improve your drawing skills. So I hope that you are going to draw along with me, or if not, you can just watch along and listen along. We're going to be doing some cartooning today, so this is really exciting. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to go ahead and open up our Photoshop here. So let me pull this up. So what I have here is a whole slew of portraits that I just pulled off of Google. You can go on Google or you can go on Pinterest or any place where you can reference photographs. Even I used to get some reference material from Instagram. So really, any place you go to get portraits is fine. You can use magazines too; those are great. But anywhere you get them from, it's fine. The point is that you just practice your cartooning and you practice your sketching this way, doing from life, and I think it's so helpful. So I have a whole bunch of them just waiting to be drawn. And I'm going to start with this one right here. So hopefully you can see pretty well. The image is a little bit pixelated, but that's okay. We can still see her features really well. And that's all that really matters. You just want to have a good view of the features. And I wanted to make them big enough that you guys could see what was happening here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I haven't set a timer or anything yet, just because I don't know that we're necessarily going to need a timer for this. We're just going to sort of freehand and just draw them out, and it doesn't really matter too much about going in a time drawing like how I do for Figure Friday. All of those are timed, and we want to keep sort of a more track of how many we're doing and how many minutes we're doing each pose. But for this, we're just going to go ahead and get some practice drawing in. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And so what I'm going to do to find the base of these, sometimes I start with the features, but for this first one, I'm just going to go ahead and sort of freehand her a little bit. And it's no particular order. I want to look at her face and kind of see like what stands out to me. And it's sort of like just looking and seeing what stands out, and I'm seeing right away that her eyes are very, she's got sort of those bedroom eyes, sort of a glance looking over, very posed position, but it's a good one nonetheless. And right now I just want to kind of just play around with what I can possibly do with her face to make more of a cartoon version of her. Seeing the very prominent sort of cheekbones. And that's sort of at this point you want to kind of think about too, like the shape of the face, what that's doing. And as I go further, when I start doing more drawings, I'll get more and more playful with them. And you'll start to see the difference it makes after a few drawings. The people I chose, for the most part, are not any celebrities or anything. There might be one or two thrown in there, but what I wanted to get is just kind of general faces that I could see uh, good angles. And good good view of just everything going on with the face. Hope that you guys are having a good new year. I think this is just the second video that I posted since New Year's. So hopefully things are going well and you have made your quarterly goals, which I think is much better than making a New Year's resolution. You make goals for every 3 months. So now in January, you would make a plan for what you would like to accomplish by March. And then in March, you would make a plan for what you want to accomplish by June. So hopefully you have at least some sort of awareness of what you would like to begin to do for this year and what you would like to begin to accomplish for this year. And so I'm going to leave her just like this, and I'm going to pull up our next portrait. So that's a good start. And so I have the next one, which is this lovely young lady right here. And I think I'm going to get sort of a gist of her head shape, even though that might change a little bit as we go. I want to get sort of a gesture, at least with the eyes. The lips stand out to me as pretty prominent in the portrait, so I want to capture some of that. And keep it moving here. Nice cheekbones going. You should have fun with these. Don't take them too seriously. You just want to kind of play around and see what you come up with. This whole activity is really similar to making caricatures. The only main differences is these are just for you. You know, you're not making these to entertain anyone, or you're not making these to sort of make an exact replica of someone. You could be just using their portrait as a basis to make your own character for animation or illustration. So it doesn't have to be an exact replica. When you're practicing, you can try and at least get a good percentage of their likeness, but you do want to have fun with it. You might try some different styles of animation. You might try some different gestures with what they're doing with their facial expression. But I think the main point of it is just to sort of practice drawing faces and finding out what it is that is appealing to them, not necessarily attractive, but appealing in that portrait. How can you make it funny? You want to think about it times. Sometimes you just want to think, how do I make this look like, how do I make this character just appealing to someone looking at this? Or how can I make a story around this portrait? You might want to be using these to kind of practice your storytelling. And so you use a portrait as a reference and you start to think, well, what if I was to make this person a character for a story or for an animation? What am I sort of getting from this picture that I can turn into something more? Those are the types of things that you can think about. Like maybe this girl is like sitting and she's kind of like annoyed because she's waiting for her boyfriend to pick her up or something like that from school, from campus or something. So maybe she's just sort of waiting. She's like, all right. Or whatever the story is, you can make it up. Practice your storytelling ability when you're drawing portraits. What can it be about that makes it more interesting? and just go with it. Don't judge your stories. Don't say, oh, that story is not good enough. Just draw and think of like ideas, and you can take notes like, okay, she's she's waiting for boyfriend. And her attitude is annoyed. If you have like an emotion or a feeling or attitude for like your picture, you'll find that they come out so much better because you kind of know a little bit better what to express. And so if I was to make her annoyed and like really draw this portrait over, I might give her like a little bit of a snarl, and like maybe she has like a frown now because she's waiting, so she's kind of ticked off. Maybe I could make her brow a little bit go deeper or something like that. Those are just things to think about so you can give your drawing a little bit more emotion the next time you draw it, which you can and you should, when you start to get into the story, draw it over, and then you can include that emotion and things like that. But that just makes it a little bit more interesting. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to this next one. And I think she's a model, but I don't know. Maybe I just want to start this getting like a face. Her eyes look kind of far apart to me, so I'm gonna draw them like really more dramatically far apart. She looks a little bit aloof. It's the first kind of feeling that I'm kind of getting, sort of aloof and sort of passive. What could I make this story about? Maybe she's like at a social gathering and she's like, man, I shouldn't have eaten that cheesecake with ice cream because now I'm starting to get gas or something. I don't know. It's so ridiculous, but I don't know. Maybe that's what she's thinking about. Whatever. It doesn't, like I said, don't judge your stories. It could be about anything. She kind of has squares early in his. Maybe I make her like super square, sort of his really skinny neck. And you never know. Like maybe that's a good starting point for a story. Like, oh man, I'm acting weird now because I ate something funny and now I feel a little bit embarrassed. So she's like a little bit more of embarrassed eyebrows. Like, oh, maybe I need some Pepto or something. I don't know. It could be something that she's thinking. It's a normal human feeling. Can't really see the top of her head there, but I kind of at least start to assume where it might be based on what we've drawn so far. And you're just keeping it loose. You just want to just sketch. It doesn't have to be a finalized portrait or anything like that. You just want to kind of get practice here a bit. It doesn't have to be anything super serious or whatever. There you go. And just something so simple. Just like that. And we're going to start with another one. This one's a little bit blurry, but that's okay. You can still see enough of her features that we can begin to draw. And she has really, really big eyes. So maybe you want to make her eyes like super big. She kind of has that deer in headlights sort of staring. Maybe she's like wondering, did I forget my cell phone at home? Like, I don't know what she's wondering. But maybe that could be something that she's thinking about. Oh my gosh. I really do. Did I leave it at home? Could be a thought. It's one that I have a lot. Like, what happened to my phone? He's like really wondering. Like she's nervous about it a little bit. So that could be something like anything, like whatever you can think of, whatever comes to mind, you can start to build a story around it. My chin is pretty small, so I'm gonna make it really dramatically small. What see like look at the features and see what stands out to you. Like she's big eyes, little chin, and like push that. So if she has like big eyes, I'm gonna make them like really big. And she has a small chin, I'm gonna make it find what stands out to you. Notice the head shape. And not like super anatomically, just like geometrically. Just look at the head shape. It's sort of like teardroppy shaped. And maybe I want to push that. Make it even more teardrop shaped. You want to push the elements that you find in their face. But I'm liking the way this is coming out. It feels like I'm getting a good characterized version of her. And that's exactly what I'm trying to go for. And then you would just go ahead and clean it up or add details or whatever you wanted to do after this. But that's a good basis for getting started. And you can even, if you wanted to, add in stuff like freckles or whatever. Okay, so here's another one, and this one is super pixelated. Sorry about that. I just grabbed them and they just came out way smaller in Photoshop than they were, so many people, like so many times, like the images are shrunk down. Some people don't steal the pictures, which, we're not doing today. We're just referencing them so that we can draw them. She has really, her eyes appear big, but they're not really big. They're just that color that makes them stand out a lot. Kind of scary color, honestly. It's almost like she's doing a little bit too hard. Not quite sure what I want to do with it. And I'm going past the boundaries of where I first initially put her face, and it's because her mouth feels kind of wide to me. So I'm gonna widen that up. She's kind of like got a little grin on there, like a bit of a grin. Feels like really low set eyebrows, super low set eyebrows. Probably what adding to that good grimacing look. Sort of a heart shaped face. We'll keep it moving here. That hair that falls right in the face. And those eyes that like kind of just pierce your body. I don't know how else to describe it. A lot of hair. There's no one set like style to stick to. If a character kind of, I mean, obviously, if you're doing it for a particular series or something like that, you kind of want to keep along with the style. But while you're practicing, there's no set style. Just draw however it feels right for you for that particular portrait, for that particular caricature that you're making or cartoon version that you're making, however you want to put it, and whatever feels right for that. Here we go. We got this is like, is this our first meal that we've had? I think so. Awesome. We have an older guy, which is great. Very fun to use as a reference. I love drawing older people. It's a lot of fun. So we're just gonna have fun with this one. Go ahead and try doing his features first. Why not? I'm gonna have some fun with this one. Have some fun. He looks really happy. Maybe he just went to visit his grandchild for the first time. Maybe that's sort of a soppy story, but you know, you can make up anything you want about these guys, about your cartooning. Make up whatever story you want for him. Maybe he just visited his granddaughter for the very first time, and he's really happy because his granddaughter looks just like his mother, and he's feeling a sense of pride. That's a good story. It's really long ears. Your ears, I hear, never stop growing, as well as your nose never stops growing, is what I hear. Hopefully, there's not entirely truth to that, but that's what I've heard. But it does, in part, make sense, because our ears tend to be pretty bigger after we get older. I don't want to say old. But that's a good start for this guy. I did this portrait pretty quickly. We got what are you guys gonna do for the rest of the day? I want to take a little break today. I've been wanting to spend a little bit of time to just play some video games and watch TV. I haven't done that in a long time. So I think I'll do. What about you guys? What are you gonna do? You still have work to do, or are you all done for the day? Well, that's kind of nice. It looks like he doesn't even have frames for his glasses. Can't totally tell, but it kind of looks like there's no glass on the inside of his glasses. But that's a good start. I like that. That's a fun one. There we go. Let's see what else. We have a few more. And let's go ahead and draw her. She sort of has a sadness to her face for some reason. To me, anyway. I want to capture it a little bit. Kind of at least capture it somewhat. Really big eyes, big dark eyes. I want to get her face shape on it. I want to make it a little bit higher. And today's movie that I'm watching during taping is actually Monsters Inc. Not quite that big. If you kind of want to shrink down certain things, like the thickness of the neck is dramatized and cartoony. Thinner for females and thicker for men, usually, depending on the type of the style of this show or project you're working on. You know, we can't see all of her left side. We kind of want to just try to imagine what that probably looks like. So we can get more of her actual portrait done. I think that's off to a really good start. Oh, a whole lot of freckles everywhere. But there we go. I like that one. Kind of has a nice, something like some depth into her eyes. I like that. And this Mr. Charming guy, I guess. Very nice. Let's see what we can do with him. I want to make him look really goofy. I don't know why, I just feel like it. Let's see if we can make him look goofy. And parts of his likeness. I'm going to try and dramatize him a bit. He's just like a little overly confident. Which I don't know this guy. He could be the most down to earth person ever, but there's something about this portrait that makes me want to jiggle. It has like some lip gloss on or something. I don't know if it's like, oh, that's a little too much. But I'm going to do something dramatic with his eyebrows. Really thick eyebrows. Got like that middle-aged man swagger. Nothing wrong with that. Very strong chin and jaw. A little bit that. With that suave stubble, sort of that. A little bit of a wrinkle up there. And a lot of hair. Oops. A lot of hair going on. He even has a little bit all over his eye. I know it's not really there, but this is your time to push it a little bit. Make it funny. Make it interesting. Make it fun for you to draw. If it's fun for you to draw, it's probably fun for other people to look at it too. Think about it that way. Not fun to draw, then other people probably won't enjoy it either. just kind of seems like he would have that sort of oh look, this popped collar. Maybe it's the popped collar that I'm getting it from. I don't know. Just seems like he is very confident and assured. And for this one, I actually want to go ahead and grab that airbrush and kind of work with it a little more an edge there. Let me go ahead and trim the edges of this hair right here. There you go. There he is, Mr. Charming, or whatever. Whoa, that's some hair. That's some good hair for cartooning, that is. Now we're getting into the men. The last couple of them have been men, so that's good. At least we got a little bit of variety going on. So we can add to this. And I gotta have fun with this one. How can I not? First thing that stands out to me is that sort of elongated face shape. These eyes are big, but they're like looking up at us. So maybe they're like this. And now you can see I'm starting to have some fun. And he looks like he's feeling himself. Maybe he just got that girl's number that he's been like pursuing for a while, and he's feeling, or maybe he just got some new jean jacket. I don't know. And whatever the case is, he looks like he's feeling confident on this photo shoot. Maybe it's his first photo shoot. I don't know. He's just happy, like he's like, yeah, check out my new hairstyle, or however, or however he says it. You gotta kind of like give them a voice, kind of give them an attitude. It's gonna help you draw them better. It's gonna help you draw them funnier. It's gonna help you just make all of your drawings like way more interesting. Have fun with them. You have to. Got really big ears. I mean, they're not obviously this big, but I'm gonna make them really big. Kind of are very characteristic. I don't know what word to say. Charismatic ears. I don't know. Whatever. Clean it up just a little tiny bit. All that here that just kind of comes out of nowhere. Just, boom. Skin neck. And there you go. Like it's just like that. Have fun with them. Have fun with them. Make them interesting. Make them unique. Make them appealing. Most of all, even if they're not funny, they should still be appealing. All your drawings should still be appealing. Have fun with them for sure. push them too. Like, even though you draw one and you're happy with it, you might want to draw another one just to like see how much further you can push it. And if you could get multiple pictures of the same person, do that too, because that will help. That will definitely help. Yeah, shade into his hair. Yeah. A little bit of fun, make it a little bit more interesting that way. And there we have it. A really fun and interesting cartooning. So I hope you guys enjoyed this session. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you got something from this. Hopefully you did. And I will be back here as per usual on Friday to bring you the Figure Friday. And let me switch so you can actually see my face here. But yeah, please like, please subscribe if you got anything from this. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, be grateful, live balanced, and be yourself. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.